Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about the percentage unit in CSS. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, if you are following, then you have the same thing which I have currently right now. So I have a div with the class of container, have a h1, and then I have a div with the class of .box, okay, which we have been styling. Okay, so the background color, let's leave it to blue. And now for the height and the width, previously we were talking about the absolute units, so I was using the inch unit. Okay, but here what I can do something like 50%. Okay, and then for the width I can do the same thing, which is 50%. Okay, and here what we have the width of the container, which is 600 pixels. Okay, and let's add a height as well, height to 800 pixels. Okay, so basically whenever we are using this percentage unit for the height and the width, then this percentage unit is relative to the height and the width of the container. But this relativity, basically the percentage relativity, is not same for all of the elements. And if you are following, then when we have discussed the line height, okay, it is basically relative to the font size. Okay, so we will see that in action as well. But here, if I just go into the browser here, so as you can see, if I just zoom out a little bit, okay, as you can see, here it is. Okay, so now if I just, okay, give me a refresh, and then what I can do, I can just select this box. Okay, and here inside of the computed tab, okay, just, okay, so I think it is showing up. So right now it is saying like, hey, the width is 300 pixel and the height is 400 pixel. Okay, and once again it is relative to the container height and the width. So if I just change the height to 600 pixel and change the width to 800 pixel, okay, so then if I just go to the browser right now, our box which we have with the percentage height and the width has already changed. Okay, so we do not have to worry about that. All right, so one of the other things which I want to show you here is inside of the MDN documentation. Here it is, the width of percentage, and if you just go down, and here you can see like, hey, defines the width as a percentage of the containing blocks width. Okay, and it is the same for the height as well. For the line height, it is a little bit different. So here we can add percentages as well. But here, if I just go down a little bit, so percentage relative to the font size of the element itself. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So let's have something like inside of this, let's do a paragraph. Okay, and do lorem. All right, and just go here, and here let's do a class of paragraph. Okay, hit save. Now go to the styles, and here what we can do, we can select the paragraph, and here we can have the font size. We can set the font size basically to something like 20 pixel. Okay, and we can set the line height to something like for example 80%. Okay, so I'm not sure what will be the 80% of 20 pixels, so let me just calculate that real quick inside of the console. But once again, as you can see here, so let me just go to the console. So 20 times 0.8, it is the 16 pixel. Okay, it will be 16. So if I just go ahead and select this paragraph, and here inside of the computed, the line height is 16 pixel. Okay, so the line height is relative to the font size whenever we are using the percentage unit. Okay, so now if I do something like not 50% but 500%, okay, and go to the browser once again, now our content is overflowing, which is expected. But right now, what will be the line height? Line height is 100 pixels. Because why it is 100 pixels? Because the font size is 20 pixel and relative to that it is 500%, which means it is 5 times of the font size, so it is now 100 pixels. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So this is the percentage unit in CSS.